March 30, 2022. World War IV report and news. Dr. Steve Turley came out with the outlandish claim that Russiagate started the Ukraine war. He does make some good points. I recommend that you take a look at his video on YouTube. UKR Inform reports Ukraine financial losses from destruction, etc. is $565 billion. Biden's brother Frank said he would rebuild it for a couple trillion. Just kidding on that last line. Sean Maloney, professor of military history at the Royal Military, says, I am confident with the sources that I have that the Russians killed in action is over 15,000, MSN reports. That is 50% more than the decade-long Afghan war they sustained heavy losses in. He also said 31 Russian colonels to generals have been killed. UKR Inform claims over 16,000 Russian troops have been killed. Russia already admitted to over 10,000 troops killed a week ago. UKR Inform also reports 115 Russian aircraft destroyed and 561 tanks. I've seen some other estimates at 585 tanks. This report was 5 days ago. Today, they also reported Ukraine troops dug in deep in Donetsk and Luhansk have repelled 4 attacks. Multiple prophets are warning that the U.S. East Coast will suffer nuclear attack from within and by missile. Xi Jinping has already threatened Seattle, San Francisco, LA on the West Coast. By the way, these cities have the most people fleeing them right now. There are also prophetic warnings of coming repression in Russia. Putin is on a mission to take Europe and will not let anything stand in his way, but he is also patient. Ukraine launched a massive counteroffensive a couple days ago, according to ABC. Russia is having to regroup after taking a beating, according to USA Today. Putin advisors have been intentionally misleading him. Look for lots more advisors to mysteriously disappear. After clearing house, he will most likely come roaring out of his cave. Wall Street Journal reports 4 million refugees have already streamed out of Ukraine. Just think of it. When this is over, what will there be for them to go back to? On our own border, 1 million people are waiting to enter, with another convoy of 150,000 starting out, according to border guards and reporters on the War Room. Less cities, more moving people. Washington Post says Germany has issued supply warnings on fuel. Poland has stopped buying Russian oil. Biden issued a supply warning on food in the U.S. Deadly pileup on I-81 in Pennsylvania, according to the Associated Press. Many tornado warnings in Louisiana and Mississippi, according to POW on weather. My stand on Will Smith striking Chris Rock is that it was staged. It looked like his facial cheeks rose to a grin from looking at him from behind. I didn't even know they still held the Oscars. Now people know King Richard is in the theaters, and we know that Will Smith won the Oscar for it. I'm not going to mention his wife's name just in case I'm wrong about this. Sounds like a win-win-win for Will Smith, and all those women consoling Chris Rock made him look like he has a harem. President Biden warned Russia not to touch an inch of NATO territory or else, to which Putin replied,
"Or else you won't buy me a double chocolate chip ice cream cone?"
What's up with ice cream and world leaders anyway? Trump got slammed for having a double portion and sprinkles on it. Erdogan had to beg Putin to buy him an ice cream cone when he was on a visit there. He who controls the ice cream rules the world. Speaking of which, in good news, Las Vegas will now have Bluebell ice cream. They couldn't get Hudsonville ice cream, so they had to settle for second best. After the president of Disney declared all-out war on the American family, many are choosing to boycott Disney. PureFlix subscriptions will most likely increase. PureFlix is owned by Affirm Entertainment, which is owned by Sony Pictures Division, according to LA Times. And that is it for today's report. Be sure to like, share, comment, and subscribe, and have a great day. No, I couldn't end there. I just watched Monkeyworks, and I saw on there that last night they moved Biden on his plane in an emergency, and now today our jets are scrambled on the East Coast to defend. They are spooked. They have prepared for an East Coast nuke attack. They also have sub-hunters going. Also, 7% of Europe's oil comes from Russia. They won't pay in rubles, and Russia won't sell oil. That's why Germany's rationing. China is shutting down Shanghai in a two-phase shutdown, which means they're going to start soldering people indoors and letting them and their pets starve to death. Funny thing is they bought 60% of the world's food supply last year, as if they were preparing for a long nuclear winter. Meanwhile, U.S. food reserves are low. Biden is warning us of food shortages and our crops are being wiped out. Russia is planting mines in the Black Sea. Didn't want to end it on a sour note, but I picked up that news just a minute ago, so I thought I'd better include it. Stock up.